Welcome back to Gate Gain, where we decode the strategies that build powerful digital presence and authority. Today, we are walking through the complete end-to-end framework for ghostwriting executive thought leadership content on professional networking platforms. Executives possess immense industry wisdom, yet they rarely have the time or specialized communication skills needed to consistently translate that knowledge into engaging posts. As a ghostwriter, your role goes beyond simply stringing words together. You are managing a high-stakes professional reputation while executing a precise brand architecture. Over the course of this tutorial, we will break down how to establish ghostwriting relationships and set up structured interviews. We will also cover how to establish authentic executive voices and draft high-performing professional content. Establishing clear operational alignment with your executive client forms the bedrock of any successful ghostwriting partnership. Before writing a single sentence, you need to establish explicit guidelines covering editorial tone, topic boundaries, confidential topics, and approval workflows. Executive clients are typically hyper-busy leaders who value efficiency, which means your onboarding process must be smooth and structured. You should create a clear content calendar that details publishing frequency, target audiences, and primary strategic goals. Clearly defined expectations prevent unnecessary back and forth edits and build long-term trust. Ensuring that the executive feels fully supported rather than burdened by the content creation pipeline is key. Understanding the specific strategic goals of your executive client dictates every piece of content you produce. Executives rarely post just for likes. They are usually driving outcomes such as attracting talent, generating investor interest, or establishing market authority. During your initial strategy sessions, you must map out their core corporate priorities and match them with personal interest areas. Identify 3 to 4 primary content pillars that sit at the intersection of executive knowledge and industry interest. This focused approach ensures every post serves a distinct commercial or reputational purpose. Conducting efficient discovery interviews is how you extract raw insight without wasting executive time. Rather than asking broad questions, come prepared with highly specific prompts based on current industry developments, recent corporate milestones, or specific leadership experiences. Limit these interviews to focused 20-minute audio or video calls, recording the sessions with permission so you can capture authentic phrasing. Pay close attention to their natural vocabulary, recurring anecdotes, and personal stance on industry debates. The goal is to capture genuine intellectual value, unique perspectives, and raw stories that standard marketing copy simply cannot reproduce. Translating raw conversational input into an authentic executive voice is where the real skill of ghostwriting lies. Every leader has a distinct communication identity, whether that identity is analytical, inspirational, direct, or narrative-driven. You must dissect the recorded interview to identify their signature sentence structures, transition words, and tone. Avoid making the executive sound like a generic corporate press release or an overly polished artificial intelligence system. Instead, preserve their genuine cadence and natural style while elevating the overall clarity, structure, and professional impact of their thoughts. Navigating platform guidelines and professional networking standards is crucial for maintaining channel safety and account integrity. Content produced for executives must always uphold high standards of accuracy, avoid misleading claims, and respect intellectual property rights. You should never resort to manipulative tactics, sensationalized claims, or artificial engagement strategies that violate platform terms of service. Maintaining absolute integrity in your research and claims protects the executive from reputational risk while ensuring compliance with policies. Professional audiences reward authentic expertise and thoughtful commentary far more than cheap attention-grabbing tactics. Developing strong textual hooks is essential for stopping the scroll on modern professional platforms. The first line of any executive post acts as the header that determines whether a reader will click to expand the full message. A strong hook presents a counterintuitive insight, a compelling leadership lesson, or a high-stakes industry observation without clickbait. You want to pique curiosity immediately while setting a professional and authoritative tone. Practice drafting 5 to 10 different opening lines for every piece of content to discover the most compelling angle before finalizing. Structuring the body of an executive post requires clear formatting and logical flow to maximize readability. Long blocks of dense text turn busy professionals away, so you must use short paragraphs, clear line breaks, and strategic formatting. Walk the reader through a coherent thought process, moving from the initial hook to the core insight, supported by concrete examples. Each paragraph should logically build on the previous one, guiding the reader toward a practical conclusion or takeaway. Clean formatting enhances accessibility and allows key leadership insights to shine through effortlessly. Mastering the balance between personal stories and professional lessons is vital for modern thought leadership. Purely corporate updates feel cold and promotional, while overly personal posts can feel out of place on professional platforms. The ideal executive post weaves personal leadership experiences or career mistakes into broader business lessons. When an executive shares a genuine story about overcoming a project failure, readers connect with the human behind the title. That emotional connection builds deep trust, making the executive's strategic advice significantly more memorable and impactful. Crafting effective calls to action allows executive posts to drive meaningful audience engagement. Rather than asking generic questions, encourage high-level commentary by posing nuanced, industry-specific questions. Ask readers how they handle similar leadership challenges, or invite them to share their perspectives on an emerging trend. You can also direct readers toward external resources, such as long-form white papers, corporate announcements, or podcast appearances. A well-designed conclusion turns passive readers into active participants in an ongoing professional conversation. Establishing a rigorous review and approval workflow prevents last-minute panics and ensures zero errors reach the public. Create a streamlined process using collaborative documents where executives or their teams can review and approve drafts with minimal effort. Implement a simple visual system for tracking status updates, such as pending review, approved with edits, or ready for scheduling. Always allow a buffer period between final approval and publication to double-check formatting, tagging, and link functionality. A structured review workflow gives your client complete confidence that their public image remains protected at all times. Managing sensitive corporate information requires absolute confidentiality and strict compliance standards. Ghostwriters often gain access to non-public company insights, upcoming product launches, or internal organizational changes. You must establish strict non-disclosure agreements and consult with corporate legal or communications teams whenever drafting posts. Never publish speculative statements or unverified internal data that could compromise the company's market standing. Protecting your client's confidential boundaries is fundamental to maintaining a professional ghostwriting relationship. Adapting content formats across different digital assets keeps the executive's content fresh and engaging. While text-based posts form the backbone, integrating visual carousels, short videos, and detailed articles expands audience reach. You can transform a single recorded interview into a long-form article, then break it down into a series of short text posts. Extract key quotes for visual graphic slides to reach different audience segments without requiring additional time from the executive. Maintaining a consistent publishing schedule builds momentum and keeps the executive top of mind for their network. Work with your client to establish a realistic posting frequency, such as 3 to 4 high-quality posts per week. Use scheduling tools, but ensure real-time monitoring so posts do not go live during major breaking news events or crisis situations. Steady, deliberate execution outperforms erratic posting bursts every single time. Handling audience comments and community interaction on behalf of executives requires extreme care. Collaborate with the executive to draft response templates for common questions or set up a system for personal approval. Building a responsive community turns casual readers into loyal brand advocates and strategic business contacts. Leveraging data and analytics allows you to continuously refine your ghostwriting strategy over time. Look beyond vanity metrics to evaluate whether your posts are reaching industry decision makers, potential hires, or investors. Positioning executives as industry visionaries during times of rapid market change requires forward-looking commentary. Ghostwrite posts that analyze emerging market shifts and offer actionable advice for navigating transformations. Demonstrating authentic corporate culture through executive posts helps organizations attract top-tier talent. Candidates research company leadership on platforms before applying. Highlight team achievements and celebrate company values. Navigating industry controversies and crisis communication on executive accounts requires exceptional tact and calm judgment. Work closely with PR teams to draft measured, empathetic, and transparent statements that address issues head-on. Building long-term intellectual property through evergreen executive content creates lasting value beyond daily feeds. As a ghostwriter, organize your archive of executive posts by topic to easily repurpose top-performing concepts into larger media projects. Ghostwriting for technical executives requires translating complex concepts into accessible narratives for non-technical stakeholders. Your job is to bridge that gap by highlighting business impact and human value without overwhelming the reader with jargon. Developing thought leadership around sustainability and corporate responsibility requires genuine substance over superficial statements. Managing multi-executive thought leadership programs across a leadership team requires careful differentiation of their voices. Building strategic relationships with industry journalists through executive accounts expands earned media opportunities. Measuring the direct business impact justifies ongoing investment. Track inbound partnership inquiries and sales pipeline acceleration. Mastering the art of storytelling allows executive posts to stand out. Narrative-driven content captures human emotion. Creating collaborative content with other industry leaders amplifies executive reach and builds powerful professional networks. Maintaining momentum during busy travel seasons requires proactive content banking and advanced planning. Evolving the executive's voice as their career progresses ensures their public brand stays aligned with changing responsibilities. Refining your personal skill set as a professional ghostwriter ensures long-term career growth in the media economy. Thanks for watching the video. Subscribe this channel, like the video if you found the video great. If you have any questions, leave me your comment through the comments section.